Nothing beats a motorcycle road trip, but luxury touring bikes can get pricey. Luckily, these 15 affordable options are built to go the distance without breaking the bank. Number 15, Yamaha Tracer 9 GT. When it comes to luxury adventure touring bikes that have a sporty look, but are also very comfortable, it doesn't get much better than the Yamaha Tracer 9 GT. This isn't some massive luxury tourer with a couch-like seat and 1800 cc's of engine bulk. Instead, the Tracer 9 GT gives you a nimble, lightweight frame with a punchy 890cc triple-cylinder engine that generates 117 horsepower. That's the same CP3 engine Yamaha uses in the MT-09, but here, it's tuned for smoother power delivery, which is exactly what you want on a long ride. The Tracer 9 GT is packed with a lot of tech features that make it fun to ride. It comes with a semi-active suspension, cruise control, heated grips, and even hard side cases straight from the factory. Plus, the rider triangle, meaning the relationship between the seat, pegs, and handlebars, feels like it was made for hours on end without putting weird stress on your back or knees. Not just that, the bike is also affordable, as you can get one for around $15,000. The Tracer 9 GT checks out all the boxes when it comes to adventure touring. Number 14, BMW F900 XR. Now, if you're someone who likes to travel and look like a racer at the same time, then BMW has a bike you'd absolutely love. Dubbed the F900 XR, this bike was designed to go long distances while making the rider feel comfortable. The bike is powered by an 895cc parallel twin that is able to produce 99 horsepower and 68 pound-feet of torque, which is perfect for long highway trips or tackling twisty mountain passes. BMW also loaded this bike with adjustable suspension, a big TFT dash, and some really well-sorted rider aids like cornering ABS and lane-sensitive traction control. One cool feature, if you do a lot of night riding, is the adaptive cornering lights, which literally adjust the beam as you lean into turns, so you're not riding into darkness. It's little touches like that that make the F900 XR feel more premium than its $14,500 price tag suggests. Once again, BMW proves that it can build a machine designed to handle anything you throw at it. Number 13, Suzuki GSX S1000 GT Plus. Another sport tourer on this list is the Suzuki GSX S1000 GT Plus. This bike is Suzuki's answer to the modern sport touring category, and it's a beast when it comes to long stretches of road with a little adrenaline mixed in. Powering this bike is a 999cc inline-4 engine that generates 135 horsepower. This engine is basically derived from the legendary GSX R1000, so you know it's got plenty of power when you twist the throttle. But Suzuki didn't just add bags on a sport bike and call it a tourer. The GT Plus version comes fully loaded with hard side cases, so you're ready to pack and go. You've got a beautiful 6.5-inch TFT display, which connects to your phone for navigation, music, and more. And Suzuki actually gave this bike a surprisingly comfortable seat, making it easier to ride for long periods without needing to stop frequently. Plus, the $14,000 price tag makes it very affordable. So if you want a touring bike with sports bike DNA but without the price tag of something like a BMW RT, the GSX S1000 GT Plus is a solid investment. Number 12, Triumph Tiger 850 Sport. If you're a fan of Triumph motorcycles, but you don't have enough money for some of their larger models like the Trophy 1200 SE, then you should definitely check out the Triumph Tiger 850 Sport. Triumph basically took its bigger Tiger models and trimmed some weight to make the 850 Sport. The bike is super approachable both in handling and in price, but don't let the entry-level label fool you. The 850 Sport still packs an 888cc inline 3-cylinder engine that produces 84 horsepower, giving you a sweet balance between low-end torque for city traffic and top-end power for when the highway opens up. Where the Tiger really stands out is its comfort setup. The windshield is adjustable, so you can tweak it on the fly depending on how much airflow you want. The seat height is also adjustable, which is a blessing for shorter riders who don't want to tiptoe at every stoplight. And the ergonomics lean heavily toward the relaxed side. Upright bars, plenty of legroom, and a wide, cushy saddle. Add in traction control, ABS, and riding modes, and you got a bike that can handle a sudden rainstorm or sketchy gravel stretch with ease. The Tiger was built for riders who want to split their time between the highway and the occasional detour down a dirt road. All that capability, along with that signature British triple-cylinder sound, comes in at $12,300, making the bike super affordable. Number 11, Suzuki Boulevard C50T. Touring motorcycles are not the only bikes you can use for long-distance trips. If you want something that looks more like a classic cruiser, you definitely need to see the Suzuki Boulevard C50T. Underneath its old-school look is an 805cc V-twin, tuned for smooth, predictable torque and also a respectable 53 horsepower. This bike wasn't exactly designed to be very fast. Instead, it was built for relaxed cruising, the kind where you lean back, rest your feet on the forward controls, and just watch the trees roll by. What makes the C50T a true touring cruiser is the factory windshield and saddlebags. Both come standard, so you're road trip ready straight from the dealership. The windshield does a great job blocking wind blasts at highway speeds, and the bags offer enough space for a weekend's worth of gear. Comfort-wise, the seat is wide and deeply padded, with plenty of room to shift around during long stints in the saddle. Suzuki has been making cruisers like this for decades, and they've pretty much perfected the formula. If you're after a touring bike that leans heavily into traditional cruiser styling but still offers modern reliability, the Boulevard C50T is hard to beat, especially when you consider its price tag of $10,400. Number 10. Triumph Tiger 660 Sport. The second Triumph bike that made it to this list is the Triumph Tiger 660 Sport. While it's technically the smaller sibling of the larger Tigers, it's not lacking in ability. The bike's power comes from Triumph's much-loved 660cc triple, the same engine you'll find in the Trident. It's smooth, flexible, and produces 81 horsepower, just enough punch to keep highway riding fun without feeling like you're constantly wringing its neck. Not just that, the Tiger 660 Sport feels really balanced. It's light enough to handle city traffic without any hassle, but it's still stable at speed when you're riding on the freeway. The ergonomics lean heavily toward comfort, with an upright seating position, wide handlebars, and a well-padded seat that doesn't start to feel uncomfortable after a couple of hours. With all these features, the bike costs $9,700. Tech-wise, Triumph gives you a TFT display, multiple riding modes, and a slipper clutch that helps smooth out downshifts. And even though this isn't a hardcore off-roader, it can handle a bit of gravel or light trail work if your trip takes an unexpected detour. Number 9. Suzuki V-Strom 650. The Suzuki V-Strom 650 has built a cult following, and it's easy to see why. This bike is basically the Swiss Army knife of touring bikes. Capable, comfortable, reliable, and just plain easy to live with. Suzuki's trusty 645cc V-twin has been refined to near perfection over the years, delivering around 70 horsepower in a way that is smooth, predictable, and surprisingly fun when you want to push a bit harder. The V-Strom is also pretty versatile as it can handle both the freeway and dirt road with ease. It's not a hardcore ADV bike, but if your route takes you down some dirt or gravel, the V-Strom won't flinch. On the highway, the tall windscreen and comfortable seat make long stretches painless, and the wide handlebars give you tons of leverage, making it feel lighter than it is. Suzuki also keeps the tech straightforward with ABS, traction control, and a simple LCD dash that's easy to read at a glance. It's a kind of bike that quietly does everything well without demanding attention, and that's exactly why so many riders trust it. For all the versatility and legendary reliability, the V-Strom 650 comes in at $9,500, making it a huge steal. Number 8. CF Moto Ibex 800S. CF Moto might not have the same household name status as the Japanese or European brands, but that's changing fast, and the Ibex 800S is a big reason why. This is a bike built specifically to offer adventure touring capability without the premium price tag, and it punches way above its weight class. Power comes from a 799cc parallel twin engine capable of generating 94 horsepower. And if that engine feels familiar, there's a reason. It's based heavily on the 1 KTM used in its 790 Adventure. That's a seriously capable platform, and CF Moto made sure to fine-tune it for smooth, predictable power delivery. The Ibex 800S doesn't skimp on comfort either. You get a tall, wide windscreen, heated grips, and a plush 2-piece seat that keeps both rider and passenger happy on long journeys. The suspension leans more street-oriented than dirt-focused, which actually works in its favor if you're sticking to pavement or light gravel. Plus, it's loaded with tech features including a TFT display, ride modes, cornering ABS, and even a slipper clutch to smooth out downshifts. CF Moto knows it has to over-deliver to get attention in the crowded adventure segment, and the Ibex 800S does exactly that. For all this kit, you're looking at a $9,500 price tag, making it one of the most affordable mid-size adventure tourers out there. Number 7. Honda NC750X DCT. Luxury touring motorcycles don't always have to come with big engines and complex electronics. The Honda NC750X DCT is proof that a simple, well-thought-out design can go just as far, and often with less hassle. The 745cc parallel twin is tuned for torque rather than outright horsepower, as it produces around 57 horsepower, which makes it feel laid back and easygoing at highway speeds. But the real talking point is the dual-clutch transmission, Honda's automatic gearbox that handles shifting for you. That DCT makes this bike a dream for riders who just want to focus on the ride, not constantly rowing through gears. It's smooth, intuitive, and surprisingly fun, especially in twisty sections where it always seems to pick the right gear without hesitation. On the practical side, the NC750X has something most bikes don't: a frunk. That's right, the gas tank area actually opens up into a storage compartment big enough for a full-face helmet, perfect for stashing your gear on longer trips. Comfort is solid too, with a relaxed seating position, good wind protection, and suspension that leans towards plush rather than sporty. All of that practicality and Honda reliability come wrapped up in a price tag of $9,400. Number 6. Kawasaki Versys 650. Some bikes just hit that sweet spot where they're good at just about everything. That's exactly what the Kawasaki Versys 650 has been doing for years. It's one of those bikes that doesn't get all the attention, but riders who own it trust it completely, and for good reason. The bike features a 649cc parallel twin engine capable of generating 67 horsepower, which might not sound crazy powerful, but it's got all the torque you need right where it matters most. Even better is how comfortable the bike is. The riding position is upright and neutral, the seat is wide enough for long days, and the windscreen actually works, which is more than you can say for some touring bikes that cost twice as much. And even though it leans more street than dirt, the suspension has enough travel to soak up bad pavement without beating you up. Kawasaki also loads it up with useful tech like traction control and adjustable windshield height, so you can tweak things to match your riding style. All that practicality, versatility, and reliability comes wrapped up in a price tag of $9,400. Number 5. Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. Cruisers usually aren't the first bikes that come to mind when you think long journeys, but the Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650 makes a strong argument for itself. Royal Enfield has been making affordable, character-filled bikes for decades, and the Super Meteor 650 might be one of their best yet. It's powered by a 648cc parallel twin engine that produces 46.3 horsepower. This is the same engine in the Interceptor and Continental GT, but here it's tuned to be even smoother, exactly what you want when you're logging serious miles. The Super Meteor's riding position leans into classic cruiser comfort: forward pegs, low seat, and wide bars that put your hands right where they should be. It's not a monster highway machine like a big Harley, but it'll happily cruise all day at 70 miles an hour without feeling strained. Plus, the stock windshield and panniers make it road trip ready right off the showroom floor. Even with its size and practicality, the bike costs around $7,500, which is a huge deal. Number 4. Kawasaki KLR 650. Few bikes have a reputation as strong as the Kawasaki KLR 650. This bike has been the choice for budget-conscious adventurers for decades, and the latest version keeps everything that made it great while adding just enough modern touches to stay relevant. At the heart of it, you've got a 652cc single-cylinder engine that generates 40 horsepower. Not the most powerful, but it's simple, rugged, and easy to work on no matter where you end up. The KLR's real strength is its versatility. With its long travel suspension, spoked wheels, and tall stance, it's perfectly happy rolling off the pavement and onto whatever trail or dirt road you throw at it. But even on the highway, it's surprisingly comfortable thanks to the big windscreen and updated seat padding Kawasaki added in recent years. It's not fancy, and that's the point. The KLR is all about going anywhere, staying reliable, and keeping your wallet happy, as the bike costs $7,000, which is super affordable. Number 3. CF Moto 650 Adventura. Adventure touring doesn't have to cost a fortune, and the CF Moto 650 Adventura proves it. With a 649cc parallel twin that puts out a respectable 60 horsepower, it's got enough grunt to keep highway rides comfortable, but it's not so powerful that it feels intimidating to newer riders. CF Moto went all in on making sure this bike comes ready for touring right out of the crate. Hard panniers are standard, which is practically unheard of at this price point. The windscreen is tall and adjustable, giving you decent wind protection whether you're short or tall, and the seating position is upright and neutral, so your knees and back don't start complaining after an hour. The TFT display is clean and modern, with all the info you need at a glance, and CF Moto even includes features like ride modes and traction control, stuff you usually wouldn't expect on a budget-friendly tourer. Plus, the bike costs $6,800. Nothing gets better than that. Number 2. Honda Rebel 500. Not everyone thinks touring bike when they see the Honda Rebel 500, but sometimes the best touring bikes are the ones that fit your style and don't intimidate you. That's exactly why so many riders, especially newer ones, end up taking their Rebels way farther than anyone expected. The bike comes with a 471cc parallel twin that generates around 45 horsepower, which is gentle enough for beginners, but still has enough punch to hold highway speeds comfortably. What makes the Rebel surprisingly good for long trips is its low seat height and relaxed ergonomics. The foot pegs are forward, the bars are nice and wide, and the bike's low center of gravity makes it feel stable even if you're loaded up with saddlebags and a weekend's worth of gear. It's also a Honda, which means reliability is pretty much a given. Sure, it's not packed with tech, but the simplicity is part of the appeal. Fewer things to worry about, just ride. Not just that, it costs just $6,500, which is insane considering all the features you get. Number 1. Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. Topping the list as the most affordable touring bike is the Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. And this isn't just about price, it's about value. The Himalayan has always been about simplicity and rugged charm, and with the new 450, Royal Enfield took the same formula and gave it a much-needed performance boost. Power comes from a 452cc single-cylinder engine, which produces 39.5 horsepower. Comfort is also taking a big step forward with this generation. The seat is thicker, the suspension is a bit more refined, and the bike's overall geometry feels better suited for all-day riding. The new TFT display is also a big upgrade, giving you turn-by-turn navigation when paired with your phone, a feature you normally don't expect on such an affordable machine. The Himalayan's charm isn't just in what it can do, but in how it does it. It's a bike that invites you to slow down, explore the back roads, and soak in the journey. And the price? That's probably the most surprising part. It all comes in at just $5,700. Which of these bikes made your shopping list? Let us know in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos of your favorite motorcycles.